Good evening and welcome to our news video. Number 1 Ethereum scanner Etherscan adds OpenAI-based tool to analyze smart contract source code. Etherscan, a popular Ethereum blockchain scanning website, has introduced a new tool that uses artificial intelligence to help users interpret the source code of smart contracts. According to a post on its website, the tool, based on AI technology developed by OpenAI, allows users to ask for an explanation of the entirety or parts of the source code of a smart contract. Users can also retrieve the read and write functions of a smart contract to make informed decisions on how to interact with them, as well as explore possible ways of using them in decentralized applications. This technology comes after the explosion of interest in AI prompted by the popularity of OpenAI's ChatGPT chatbot. Blockchain and crypto companies have rushed to support traders and developers with tools based on the technology. Last week, crypto exchange Bybit integrated ChatGPT into its trading platform. Etherscan said the tool is meant for informational purposes only and encouraged users to verify its answers instead of relying solely on them for evidence or bug bounty submissions. In order to use CodeReader, as the Etherscan tool is called, users need to connect to OpenAI's API and have sufficient usage limits. It is important to note that Etherscan's tool currently doesn't allow for conversation threads with the chatbot and can be queried only through one-off prompts. This new development is yet another example of how artificial intelligence is shaping the future of blockchain technology. By providing users with a better understanding of the source code behind smart contracts, it enables them to make more informed decisions about interacting with them. That's all for today's news. Thank you for watching and we'll see you next time. Number 2 The US will find the right outcome for crypto, eventually, Coinbase CEO. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong's views on cryptocurrency regulation in the United States. In a recent interview with the Wall Street Journal, Armstrong emphasized that regulating the crypto industry in the US is not rocket science. He further stated that US crypto entrepreneurs will only return to the country when the government establishes the right outcomes for regulations. Armstrong's comments come after the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, filed a lawsuit against Coinbase on June 6, alleging that the cryptocurrency exchange has been operating as a broker-dealer, clearinghouse, and securities exchange without registering with the commission. However, Armstrong denied that Coinbase is a broker-dealer and highlighted that the company had acquired a broker-dealer license but was not allowed to activate it. He also claimed that the assets traded on Coinbase are commodities, which do not require registration. Armstrong believes the SEC lawsuit is significant for the US crypto industry as a whole, and he hopes it will lead to more regulatory clarity. He stated that clear and stable regulations will encourage the return of crypto businesses to the country, and US crypto entrepreneurs who had left the country would come back once there is a certainty that they won't face unnecessary attacks or high legal bills. Armstrong highlighted the need for clear boundaries between the two major U.S. financial regulators, the SEC and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. He also stated that several fundamental regulations could be transferred from traditional finance to the crypto industry, such as basic consumer protection, financial statement audit requirements, and anti-money laundering and know your customer procedures. Armstrong reiterated that the U.S. needs a clear rule book for crypto regulations, and Coinbase had been asking the SEC for more clarity but had received no feedback. Armstrong's comments come amid concerns that the US is falling behind in the global crypto market, with the share of global crypto developers in the US declining by 26% from 2018 to 2022, citing little regulatory clarity as a significant factor. Number 3 Why Cathie Wood's $1 million Bitcoin price target remains unchanged. The cryptocurrency market is facing regulatory uncertainty and legal struggles, but one CEO maintains her bullish prediction for Bitcoin. Cathie Wood of ARK Invest has set her sights on a lofty $1 million target for Bitcoin, and her confidence seems to be growing amid global economic turbulence. Wood sees Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation and counterparty risk, which is becoming more crucial for investors as global economies face uncertainty and volatility. She recently spoke with Bloomberg and highlighted the legal struggles of two major cryptocurrency companies, Binance and Coinbase. While both companies are facing the SEC's lawsuits, Wood clarified that they are not in the same situation. Binance is facing allegations of fraud and other criminal activities, which is far more concerning than Coinbase's key issues revolving around questions of security and staking. Wood believes that the regulatory hurdles Binance is encountering give an advantage to its competitor, Coinbase since its competition is effectively dwindling. This could prove beneficial for Coinbase in the long run. Moreover, the transparency and reduced counterparty risk that Bitcoin offers in its blockchain system feed into Wood's sustained confidence in the cryptocurrency market. She believes that Coinbase is not accused of the same level of infractions as Binance, despite SEC Chairman Gensler's attempt to lump them together. Wood maintains that while there are still questions regarding Coinbase's handling of security and staking, most issues that Binance faces do not apply. Her bullish prediction for Bitcoin remains steadfast, and she sees the current regulatory uncertainty as an opportunity for the cryptocurrency market to adapt and strengthen. Number 4. Crypto industry destined to be BTC focused due to regulators, Michael Saylor. The recent regulatory enforcement actions on cryptocurrency firms in the US could actually lead to a Bitcoin-focused industry and push its price over $250,000, according to MicroStrategy co-founder Michael Saylor. In a recent Bloomberg interview, Saylor explained that the US regulators don't see a legitimate path forward for cryptocurrencies and have no love for stablecoins, crypto tokens, or crypto-based derivatives. He believes that the SEC's view is that crypto exchanges should only trade and hold pure digital commodities like Bitcoin, and that the entire industry is destined to be rationalized down to a Bitcoin-focused industry with maybe half a dozen to a dozen other proof-of-work tokens. Saylor said crypto exchanges would be the catalysts behind the significant price surge, and he believes that the next logical step is for Bitcoin to 10x from here and then 10x again. He notes that Bitcoin's market share has already increased from 40% to 48% in 2023, and this may be attributed in part to the SEC's enforcement activity and the agency labeling 68 cryptocurrencies as securities, none of which are proof of work. In the future, Saylor believes that Bitcoin's dominance will increase to 80% as mega institutional money will flow into crypto after confusion and anxiety over crypto disappears. However, Saylor and other Bitcoin-centric advocates have been met with considerable criticism. Many believe that a multi-chain future is inevitable because different blockchains serve different purposes. Despite Saylor's bullish outlook, other experts are warning of danger ahead for Bitcoin. Economist Lynn Alden has previously told Cointelegraph that there is considerable danger ahead for Bitcoin in the second half of 2023, stating that when the US resolves its debt issue, significant liquidity will be pulled out of markets. At that point, both the Treasury and Fed will be sucking liquidity out of the system, and that would create a vulnerable time for risk assets in general, including BTC. That's all for today's news update. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.